Kimmo, thanks for making time. Can I start this conversation by asking you how important you think the reigniting of the ACI Europe Commercial Retail Conference is after 4 years for the industry?
Well, at least for us, it's very important. So I think that the industry is also competing together against other industries, and how the customers and consumers are spending time, spending money, and together to have good ideas, share initiatives and ideas. It's very fruitful for us, and also it's a kind of increasing the meaning of our thing which we are doing here, operations, and our employees are very happy to share some thoughts, learn some new ideas, and also share some good kind of best practices from here. So I'm very happy that it's organized here.
Yeah, there's some good substance in the content of the day, and that's important because it does differ in a very contrasted way with other conferences where it's full of sponsors and the sponsors all have a platform. There's a degree of independent thinking here with a lot of outside people who are not sponsors who are coming in to bring value into the business and the attending delegates.
That's right, yeah.
Okay, so let's move on to Helsinki Airport itself. I mean, the €1 billion development program has just been completed, and I have to say the results are very, very impressive.
Thank you.
What do you see as the most significant improvements, and how will they enhance the passenger experience there?
Well, I think that this project was a very huge project. It started very well, carefully planning. The first idea was to evaluate what are the future needs, base the infrastructure so that it's capable for meeting the needs for the following decades. We were inviting also many other stakeholders to join this project, and together we achieved good balance, customer experience, commercial opportunities, operational performance. So we are able to give excellent services to airlines as well. On-time performance is quite good and like that. So we are very happy what we have achieved. And big part of that has been this non-aviation revenue as well.
Well, I mean, it's impressive enough to have picked up the ACI Europe Award for an airport of up to 15 million last year, which is a significant reflection of what you've achieved here.
Yeah, thank you.
So congratulations on that. I mean, but the airport itself has now sort of transformed to be a single terminal model. I mean, what were the main challenges here, and how do you think it's now improved your overall operational effectiveness?
Well, first of all, having certainized this security control and departing and also arriving makes planning and operating these logistics flows much easier. It also enables passengers to have a kind of good locations, to have good services. In previous model, we had very small terminals like that, so the quality was not equal. So by organizing like this, we are able to run efficiently the services. We are able to provide good services, good offerings for clients. We are able to make sure that our capability to react is better. So less queuing, less situation where passengers doesn't know what to happen, where to go, that kind of things. So we are quite happy. What is a kind of challenge for some passengers is that the distance is a bit longer, but still we are the terminal which is big enough to invite many airlines to have good connectivity, but small enough to have decent walking distances. So this was good decision. We are happy for that, and it looks like that customers are feeling the same.
Well, the size and scale of the operation is there to be seen by all, but I have to say it was quite a long walk from when we arrived to get from the pier to the arrivals area, but probably good exercise after a long plane ride.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, It's interesting observation that in spite of the construction works that went on, customer satisfaction actually has continued to rise. And that is a very rare feat indeed. I mean, that's a considerable achievement. What strategies did you employ to maintain or even improve the customer experience during the transformation period? I mean, are there learnings that you can share for other airports?
Well, as I mentioned, this was project where the planning phase was very important. We were planning carefully also the customer walking paths and ways, and we did use we did simulate all these most important and crucial parts of the processes. We were testing by volunteer passengers, how do they feel these walking paths and so on. We were collecting a lot of data, and that was a basis for decisions. So we are happy that this was very carefully, and we did collect a lot of data. So that was a basis, as I mentioned. But additionally, we had this COVID crisis, which was not good for us, of course, but it was also enabler for do the construction work on a time faster than planned before, because we didn't have so much passengers having disruption for construction work, and we were able to organize construction work and bigger changes in the processes faster than before. We were able to step up some additional construction phases, so which means that we didn't have to change so many times how the clients or passengers should behave, so signings and so on, and walking ways. We're not changing too fast. So altogether, this using simulation, creating IT models, inviting voluntary passengers to evaluate, to walk through, to invite also collaboration partners. So that was a kind of important part of the success. But as mentioned, we were also lucky.
Okay. Now, with the expanded facility of handling up to 30 million passengers annually, what are your growth projections for the airport for the next few years? I mean, we saw at the ACI presentation this morning where it looks like real positive growth from here on for the next 4 or 5 years. What are your own expectations?
Yeah. Well, we have a bit different situation because the Russian airspace is closed for European airlines, and it's impacting the growth numbers for us. At the moment, these intra-Europe flights are growing quite fast. We will have all the time new aircrafts based here and new flights, so capacity will grow. Of course, we have capacity, we have capabilities to serve much more passengers. But the challenge is that what is happening in geopolitical sector. So at the moment, it looks like that situation will remain current for some years, some time. So it's a kind of cutting the growth from Asian traffic. So as we know, Helsinki is still perhaps the best possible location between the Asia and West. So a kind of gateway location. So it might take some years and some time when things will be over.
But you can offset that in part by developing some robust airline marketing to attract new airlines here, given the facilities that are offered at the airport now, which are very, very good.
Yeah, that's a very good point, and we are doing that, and it's quite nice to notice that also airlines are appreciating that the service is excellent, on-time performance is good, passengers are good experiences, and that kind of things. And also, I think that Finland is attractive destination. So Helsinki urban area and Lapland is exotic, quiet and clean and so on. There's snow almost always during the winter time. So there are many good things which are supporting the growth. But we are expecting a steady growth in the future to be continuing. there is not any reason why the growing of aviation or flying would not stop. So it all continues. So it will continue. We believe that, and that also applies here.
So cautious optimism.
Yeah, that's right.
Now, just picking up on points you made earlier, that sustainability has always been a key consideration in everything that you do.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about some of the specific initiatives that you've taken to lessen the airport's overall environmental impact?
Yeah. In tradition, these sustainability issues have been quite important at Finavia. So we have done a lot of work for decreasing pollution and carbon emissions and using of fuels and so on. So we have been decreasing the use of energy for many years. But now at the moment, the situation is more kind of critical. So as we know that climate change is important and becoming more and more important all the time. And also we have to be joining common initiative concerning many companies in aviation sector. So it's not just that how much we are polluting. We have to support airlines and other companies here to achieve better results what comes to the sustainability. At the moment, we already are net carbon neutral here at Helsinki Airport, and during the next year, whole network, 20 airports, will be net carbon neutral. We are doing a lot for handling water treatment here in this area to organize flights so that noise is not disturbing so much. So we are doing a lot, but still I think that the industry should bit by bit do more collaboration, and also to advocate that actually at the moment it looks like that regulation is very tight, it's demanding a lot, it's also expensive, and the challenge is that in case the costs are too high, is the industry ready and it's possible to develop sustainability in case we don't have a kind of funds for that kind of development. So a bit more collaboration, a bit more ambitious targets, and I'm sure that we will get good results.
Yes, a lot more collaboration would not be a bad thing. Now, I'm just moving on to the commercial side. I mean, the retail space at the airport has increased significantly.
Yeah.
How do you see this affecting critical non-aeronautical revenues? And basically, what's new at the airport?
Yeah, well, we have excellent situations. So as you mentioned, we have new areas, and those are located in the best possible location what comes to the customer and passengers walking ways. So and I'm happy for the team, that work they have been doing. So new innovative services, offerings for passengers. The land side is bigger than I was expecting. It's selling more than I was expecting.
It's standout though.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And it's a kind of multimodal center as well. So people coming here to use the opportunities to buy something, and good restaurants and good offerings. And it's a kind of creating positive trend. So that is creating it.
And of course, you've got the railway station right next door.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
You're getting a lot of extra traffic that aren't necessarily flying.
That's right. And people who are coming here to see the passengers which are coming, so they are using the opportunities and buying something. And
meet and greet.
Yeah, that kind of things. And then additionally, we have this second-hand store, which is quite new idea at the airports. Very good quality second-hand products. It's selling so well. Yeah, people are walking around that looking these clothes and whatever. So it's a kind of trend. We believe that this is opportunity as well. And I think that we should look at the future also, new options, not what we have been doing for past 5 or 10 years. So things are changing, the opportunities will come, Customer needs are changing all the time, and we have to be ready to do tests, and in case it works, then get it bigger, like that.
I mean, I think you have to be less risk averse as an airport owner, and to get your retailers on board with you, because the customer profile is changing. Their needs and requirements are changing. They're looking differently at the product mix, about what's available in the airport.
That's right.
And as the Gen Z become developed to be a much higher percentage of your passenger base in a couple of years, their mindset is completely different from the baby boomers, for example.
That's right. Very good point. Yeah.
So there has to be change, and we can smell it in the wind. You saw it this morning from Ibrahim's presentation, that some of the stuff, that's the figures that he was throwing at us from companies like Barclays, a bank, and so on, that really just should shake the tree a little in terms of being prepared to change.
That's right. Yeah.
Now, as a board member of ACI, how do you see Helsinki Airport's award-winning development influencing broader trends in European airport design and operations?
Well, I think that in the ACI, of course, we see also following what is happening at the airport. And the good thing is that we are quite open, so we are sharing the good results and best practices, but also that what is not working. And even we are competing, we have still, as I mentioned, possibilities to make this cluster, airport cluster, a bigger, concerning whole Europe. And of course we have actually done excellent results in some sectors, as I mentioned, commercial things and processes and on-time performance and that kind of things. And also, IT systems are quite good and like that, architectural issues are good. So we are very open to tell that how did we succeed, and we have had many groups from different airports visiting here. And we are proud to tell that what we have achieved, but also on the other hand, there are many things which are not being so successful as you might think. So of course that this was not working. This was a challenge like that, and we are happy for that. But actually, I think that one point to point out is that having excellent terminal here, behind is also plenty of visits to other airports, where we did collect ideas, where we did try to understand that what is working and what not.
It doesn't feel like a hybrid. You've still got stamped very Finnish mark all over.
That's right. Yeah. Well, actually, there's. But anyway, this is so special industry. So you are not able just forgetting everything what has been done outside. Just build up new terminal. I'm quite sure that we would make many mistakes there. And I'm happy for ACI that it's giving opportunity and platform to do this kind of collaboration. And this is partly behind the success of Helsinki Airport.
Okay, one final question. I mean, what of the future? It's a little uncertain because of the geopolitical situation. You're going to have to be long on patience and fairly deep in pocket, I suspect. But what are your next strategic steps for the airport?
I think that we have been investing a lot for infrastructure. Now the next steps will be to be more innovative, to be more sustainable. We are testing hydrogen in the maintenance equipment, that kind of things. We are using AI bit by bit, finding good business opportunities and that kind of things. We have to focus to good leadership, to get our people more motivated, to give good background and platform for innovations, to improve collaboration inside the company, but also outside with other companies. And as we have been discussing, times are moving, customer needs are moving, customer behavior is moving. This is certainly not time to stay in the one place. We have to move on. But the challenge is that what is the direction? Which are the most important topics to touch on? And in order to understand, we have to invite the whole organization to create good understanding, to hear what are the needs of following years, passengers, consumers, that kind of things. But also, we shouldn't forget airlines. This airline sector is changing all the time, as we know, to understand what kind of needs they have. And I think that airports has also big responsibility, not just do profitable airport operations, but also a kind of look the big picture of whole aviation, and by collaborating improve the success of whole industry. Because Europe needs good aviation sector. Without that, we wouldn't be successful.
So, challenging and exciting times ahead.
Yeah.
Kimmo Mäki, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.